Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to start session 11, Protect Health and Safety at Work. And in this session, first of all, we will see about the hazards, and thereafter we will see that how can we make our workstation free from various hazards. So first of all, here is an organization can face some health hazards that could put the lives of the employees in danger. So actually in an organization various hazards are possible, and we can say various accidents are possible, and because of those hazards and accidents sometimes employees are getting mild injury, sometimes severe, and sometimes employees are losing their life also. Now actually these hazards those employees are facing in an industry are varying based on the industry and where that industry is established. For example, when we are considering cement industry, so cement industry workers are generally suffering from asthma disease or some other disease related to lungs, because continuously they are working in cement industry, and with the air that they are inhaling, cement byproducts are also entering in their lungs, and this is resulting in asthma and severe diseases. Now here one more example I am going to take of mines. So workers who are working in mines, they are not getting enough oxygen to breathe, and because of this they are not able to think properly, and that is resulting in anoxia. Same when we are considering workers who are working at high altitude, their enough oxygen is not available, and because of this they are also not able to think and work properly. So based on the industry, what is it manufacturing as well as where the industry is established, based on these two factors, various hazards workers who are working in that industry are facing. Now here four different hazards are mentioned, and the first one is physical, second one is chemical, third one biological, and fourth one is mechanical. So these four hazards are mentioned here. Now sources of hazards. So actually at workstation or at workplace, hazards risk can be reduced or damage due to hazards can be reduced by creating a checklist, and in this checklist various points are mentioned. So these points should be implemented, and then risk of damage due to hazard can be reduced in workers who are working in that organization. So first of all, here is the workstation should. So here how should be the workstation that is mentioned here, so employees or workers will be able to work there easily. So first one is provide sufficient space for the user to alter position comfortably. So here this means that workspace must be spacious. So during the shift change, employees working currently will be able to leave that space, as well as new employees will be able to take their place. So workstation should be that much spacious. So workstation should be spacious. So movement of workers should be very easy. Their movement of workers should be simple. Their workplace should not be congested, because in congested workplace employees are not able to move properly. They are not able to work properly, and sometimes they are feeling some pressure also. So that's why workspace always should be very spacious. Second one is provide adequate lighting. So at workplace there must be enough lighting, whether it is natural or artificial, but lighting must be adequate, it must be enough, so that workers can work there properly and their eyesight will not get adversely affected. So there must be enough lighting at the workplace. Now third one is have windows fitted with adjustable covering to alter the sunlight level. So actually we always don't need same light inside the room. Sometimes we need high intensity, sometimes we need low intensity. So as per that, our workstation is depend on the natural light alone. So windows should be fitted with adjustable covering, and these adjustable covering can be used by employees to change intensity of light inside the workstation. So windows should be fitted with the adjustable covering, so as per the convenience, employees will be able to change light intensity by just changing the position of adjustable coverings. And fourth one here is be spacious enough when a workstation is shared by more than one person. So when we are talking about cabins or office, so it should be spacious. So movement of workers or employees will be very easy there. They will not feel congested. And one more important is that when workspace is spacious, so there enough oxygen will also be there. And because of enough oxygen, employees who are working there will be able to work properly. They will be able to think properly. So that's why workspace must be spacious. So there will be enough oxygen, and their movement will also be very simple or easy. Now next one is the display screen should. So how the display screen should be, or when we are talking about IT companies, so how monitor should be, so that is explained here. So first one is display well defined characters of adequate size and spacing. So on the screen those characters should be big enough so that user will be able to read them easily. The user will not have to use more force on his eyes to read characters those are there on the screen. And second one, there must be enough space between two characters or alphabets, so user will be able to read text proper. So that's why on the screen all the characters must be a proper size, so user will be able to read them properly, as well as there must be enough space between two characters, so user will be able to distinguish characters. Second one is have a stable image. Actually, moving image we cannot notice properly, and when we are watching a moving image continuously, so that is actually adversely affecting our eyes also. So that's why images should be stable on the screen, so user can easily notice image, as well as it will not adversely affect user eyes also. Third one is have easily adjustable brightness and contrast. Actually, as per the lighting inside the room, we have to change monitor brightness and contrast. For example, when we are talking about a dark room, so there we need low brightness. When we are considering a room where the light intensity is high, so there brightness and contrast also we need high. So monitor should be such that user will be able to change its brightness and contrast as per the intensity of light inside the room. Because if user is not able to change brightness and contrast easily of the monitor, so in the dark room also he will be working with the high brightness and contrast, and this high brightness and contrast of the computer monitor will damage his eyesight. That's why users should be easily able to change brightness and contrast of computer. Next one is tilt and swivel easily to suit the user. Actually, we cannot continuously work in the same body posture for a long time. We are continuously changing our body posture. So as per that, we have to change monitor or screen also, and then only we can see content of the screen properly. So monitor or screen should be such that so user will be easily able to adjust it as per his body posture and can easily read content or can easily see content of the screen. So because of this, monitor should be such that user will be easily able to tilt it as per his body posture and can easily read text of the screen or can easily see content of the screen. Next one is be free from glare and reflections. So actually there must be no glare and reflection from the screen, because this actually can damage eyesight of the user. So that's why monitor screen should be glare free as well as reflection free. So we can say that it should not be so much shining. Now next one is use a separate base for the screen or an adjustable table. So as we cannot continuously work in the same body posture, we are continuously changing our body posture. So as per that, we should be able to change height of computer monitor also. So that is here mentioned that desk that we are using or table that we are using for the screen or monitor should be such that so user will be able to adjust its height as per his convenience. So these are the points must be there at workplace related screen or monitor. Now next one is the keyboard should. So at workplace how the keyboard should be, so that is mentioned here. So first one is be able to tilt easily and should be able to separate from the screen to allow the user to adopt a comfortable working position. So actually keyboard should be such that it should be easily adjustable as per the convenience of the user. And as in the back side of the keyboard you can notice two stands are there. Those stands we are using to tilt keyboard, and because of those stands, as we are able to tilt keyboard, so we are able to easily type by using that keyboard. So that is the first here. So we should be able to tilt keyboard easily as per our convenience or as per our body posture, so we will be able to use that keyboard for a long time. Now next one is have space in front to provide support for the hands or arms of the user. So actually what is mentioned here, that after placing keyboard on the desk, there must be enough space on the desk. So user will be able to keep his palm on the desk and then can type easily. So we can say that there must be some space on the desk after placing keyboard. So user is able to place his palm and can type easily. Next one is have a matte surface. Now matte is rough. So actually keyboard surface must be rough. It should not be very smooth, because in case of a smooth surface there will be reflection of light and we cannot see character those are there on keys of keyboard easily. And because of this we cannot type also easily. So that's why keyboard surface must be rough. So there will be no reflection of light and this light will not enter in our eyes after reflection, and we can easily see character those are there on keys of keyboard. Next one is have clearly legible symbols on the keys. So on keys of keyboard we are getting character, and these characters should be very simple. These characters should not be very fancy, because fancy characters are not easy to recognize. So characters those we are getting on keys of keyboard should be very simple, so all users can understand those characters. So at workplace the keyboard should be like this. Now after this, next one is the work surface should. So how work surface should be, so that is also mentioned here. Here workspace they consider is table surface. So how table or desk surface should be at workplace, that is mentioned here. So first one is provide adequate space for the user. So there must be adequate or enough space for the user to keep all his items on the desk. So that is the first one here. So desk should be big enough so employee will be able to keep his all files, folders and other necessary things on the desk. So that is the first here. Second one is have a low reflective surface. So desk surface also should be rough, not very much reflective, because if desk surface is reflective or if it is not rough, so in that case reflection will be there of light, and user will not be able to notice things those are there on the desk. Now next one is be of an adequate size to allow the screen, keyboard and other peripherals to be flexibly arranged. So here desk must be big enough so user will get enough space to keep screen, keyboard and other peripherals properly on the desk, as well as will be able to keep other things also on the desk those are required during job. And if it is big enough, so user will be able to change position of various things those are there on the desk as per his convenience. So that's why desk should be big enough so user will get enough space to keep all his things on the desk proper and is able to change their position also as per his convenience. Next one is have a stable and adjustable document holder which should be at the same level as the screen and at the same viewing distance. So document holder which is holding documents or files should be adjustable as per user convenience, and it should be at limited distance so user can see all files those are there in the document holder from his sitting position only. So it should not be so far, it should be at proper distance so user should be able to see files those are there in the document holder easily and can easily bring file from the document holder. So it should not be very far, because if it is far then user has to move again and again, and second one also cannot recognize that which file is available in the document holder and which one is not. So here this video I am ending, and remaining part of this session will be covered in the next video.